Hey, NFL fanatics, it's the hoster once again. It is Rai, and I'm back to do another week of the NFL picks. This time is week 7. But before I do that, NFL fanatics, I want to tell you how I did last week in week 6. 9 wins and 6 losses. Not too shabby, but I could definitely improve. No doubt about it. So, let's continue and get this thing rock and rolling. And it kicks off tonight for Thursday night football between the Green Bay Packers, that will be at home, versus the Chicago Bears. Bears are very banged up. A lot of guys are injured, and that's why the Bears are not having a pretty good season. Now, back to Bears. They should won this past Sunday. They should won the following week. Now, this quarterback named Brian, he has some great numbers, but when it comes down to crunch time, he cannot cut the mustard. Jay Cutler can. But Jay Cutler is not a future Hall of Famer. No way. But I love the Bears. No doubt about it. But not this year. They having a bad year. 1-5. If they beat the Packers, I'd be surprised. But I'm going with the Packers. Let's see what happens tonight. I'm going to watch it regardless. It might be a blowout. It might be a close game, but I'm going to watch it regardless. Okay. Next game, the New York Giants versus the Los Angeles Rams. Rams are having a pretty decent season. I'm going with the Rams. Giants are like an up and down kind of thing, I know they won this past Sunday. They spread the ball. Everything is clicking for them. But let's see if it continues or not. But I'm going the Rams just for the upset pick. Okay, next matchup is the Battle of the Ohio teams. The Cincinnati Bengals will be at home versus the Cleveland Browns. Cleveland is 0-6. That's awful. So I'm going with Cincinnati. Next matchup, the Detroit Lions will be at home versus the Washington Redskins. I'm going with Washington for an upset pick. Next matchup, the Tennessee Titans will be at home versus the Indianapolis Colts. Now, the Colts are not that great either, okay? They have a lot of injuries also, so I'm going with Tennessee. Okay, this is a divisional matchup, and they will meet again down the road. Same thing for the Bears and Packers. They will meet again. This is the first time they're meeting. I forgot to mention that when I discussed that matchup. Okay, the Kansas City Chiefs will be at home versus the New Orleans Saints. I'm going with Kansas City. Kansas City is very, very tough at home. No doubt about it. Next matchup, the Buffalo Bills versus the Miami Dolphins. Miami is having a rocky season. I'm going Buffalo. Buffalo looks fantastic last week. Watch. I picked Buffalo and they'll lose. That's how it works these days. Next matchup, the New York Jets will be at home versus the Baltimore Ravens. Now, speaking of the Jets, they just recently changed their quarterback. About time. They should have done that before. I'm going with Baltimore. They're not doing that good either. They don't score a lot of points, so I gotta pick someone, right? Sorry, Jets fans, but your team's not having a good season. But still root for your team, okay? But these are just my picks. Okay, next matchup, the Minnesota Vikings, the undefeated Vikings, 5-0. They were off last week, so they were nice and fresh, versus the Philadelphia Eagles at Philly. I'm going Minnesota. The Vikings are a very, very surprising team so far, knock on wood. The Philly, they lost last week. Let's see if they can rebound or they're going to have back-to-back losses. It's early in the season, if they can win the division or not. Same thing for the Vikings. Okay, next matchup, the Jacksonville Jaguars will be at home versus the Oakland Raiders. I'm going Oakland. I'm very disappointed that the Bears lost to Jacksonville. Oh well. Things happen. Okay, next matchup. The Atlanta Falcons will be home versus the San Diego Chargers. I'm going Atlanta. Atlanta is freaking awesome. You know. Next matchup, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers will be on the road. Versus the San Francisco 49ers. Niners will be at home. I'm going with Tampa. Niners are a total mess. Okay, most likely probably will fire their head coach. They used to be a dynasty back in the 80s and 90s, and what happened to them? I don't know. I guess every NFL team goes through these bad seasons. Okay, next matchup. Tom Brady and the New England Patriots versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. Pittsburgh Steelers will be home. They lost Big Ben. He's out for a while, so they have to put the backup in. So probably Tom Brady is going to have a field day with the Pittsburgh Steelers defense, but maybe it might be a close game. Who knows? Next matchup. This is for Sunday Night Football. The Arizona Cardinals will be at home versus the Seattle Seahawks. I'm going with Arizona. Arizona is clicking all cylinders. So far, so good. They dominate this past Monday against the Jets. That game was so boring to watch. Was it Monday or is it? Yeah, Monday. It was very boring. I picked the Arizona anyway, and I was right. Okay, next matchup for Monday Night Football. The defending Super Bowl champions, the Denver Broncos, will be at home versus the Houston Texans. I'm going with Denver. Look like Denver never lost a beat. I think they only lost 2 games in this early season. So that's my recap. Those are my picks. And here is the big one coming up. The percentages, if you want to place a bet with your friends, family, maybe you want to call one of your relatives if they live in Vegas or Arizona to place a bet in Vegas. So here it is, 97%. Let me scratch it, I'm sorry. The Bears and Chicago series. Green Bay and Chicago series, 97% Green Bay and 3% Chicago. If Chicago wins tonight, there'll be a mega upset. Okay, Giants and the Rams, 55% Giants and 45% Rams, 97% Cincinnati and Cleveland, 3%. Detroit, Washington matchup, 60% Detroit, 40% Washington. Tennessee, Colts matchup, 64% Tennessee, 44% Colts. Let me see here. Kansas City, Saints matchup, 75% KC and 25% Saints. Buffalo, Miami matchup, 80% Buffalo and 20% Miami. Jets and Baltimore Ravens matchup, 28% Jets and 72% Baltimore. Minnesota and Philly matchup, 80% Minnesota, 20% Philly. Jacksonville, Oakland matchup, 22% Jacksonville, 78% Oakland. Atlanta and Chargers matchup, 93% Atlanta, 7% Chargers. Tampa Bay Niners matchup, 62% Tampa Bay, 38% Niners. Scratch that. Patriots Steelers matchup, 90% Patriots and 10% Pittsburgh. Wow, that'd be a mega upset if Patriots lose that game. Wow. Arizona and Seattle matchup, 53% Arizona and 47% Seattle. That's for Sunday Night Football. And last but not least, NFL Fanatics. I know you say about time, right? Well, I'm trying to do the best I can, okay? If you don't like this, then you could just probably stop this part. Okay, Denver and Houston matchup. 91% Denver and 9% Houston. So that wraps it up. If you're going to watch the game tonight, or if you're going to watch the Cubbies, or whatever you're going to watch on Thursday night, all that in a bag of chips. So this is your host here. Once again, it is Rai. If you have fantasy football, that's great. If you just do the pick'em thing, it is free. I don't think you could join a league. Probably it's kind of too late. Man, week 7 already. Wow, I'm snapping my fingers. I wish they do that for baseball. It goes so fast, but it just drags out. 162 games. That is long baseball games. Wow. Okay, enjoy the games. If you're not going to watch tonight's matchup, there's a lot of great matchups on Sunday night, and especially Monday Night Football. But if you have the NFL package, you could watch all of them, or go to Sports Bar, or you're just going to say, I'm just going to watch it, whatever's on my local TV. Okay, have a good one. And once again, all my social links are down below. And if you want to know how I really did in last week, you could just, it's above the video, and click onto that, and you can see the previous NFL picks. Have a good one. And this is your friend here, Rai is sign off. Thanks for listening. Good luck with your NFL picks.